Good afternoon, everybody. It's Susan Cook with Rialto Academy and eXp Realty. And I'm here again with Kelly Wheeler, marketing group guru extraordinaire. Thank you for joining me again, Kelly.
You got it, man. I'm excited.
Yes, yes. So Kelly and I came to you on Facebook Live a week ago, and it was so widely received, and everybody just got so much out of it. We decided to go ahead and do it again.
Let's do it. Hey, We've got some people logging in right now. So if you haven't already, make sure your seatbelts are buckled in and all trays and mats are placed in the upright position because there will be turbulence ahead.
Yes. Yeah, we've got a special guest with us today, and he's sporting his eXp gear here, Kelly. Can you see? Can everybody see my little pal here, Yoda? To do or not? What is it he says?
He says try or try not.
There is no do or do not.
Yes.
Do or do not. There is no try. So Yoda is going to sit over here, kind of give us a little inspiration every once in a while. He does talk, but if I turn him on, he may jump off of that table right over there. So I'm just.
Hey, listen, I heard Yoda is going on a tear right now. He's got over 300 Jedi that he's personally sponsored in the eXp, and I'm telling you, man, they are like getting sales left and right. So we got to duplicate.
He is a recruiting machine. That's why he loves his hat, even though he doesn't quite fit over his ears. But he just loves eXp. He loves eXp. And why do you think he loves eXp, Kelly?
Because he's on the good side of the force. See, anybody that's on the good side of the force loves eXp.
That's right. We asked him earlier about the dark side. Can we hear from you, Yoda, about the dark side? Let's see here if we can get him to talk again. Hi, Yoda.
I got to get Yoda to do some of my marketing.
I know. I tell you, I loved him. I bought him. When my previous company, I got a really nice check, that we get once a month, when we bring people into the company. And so, we had a lot of fun with him in the office, but he's kind of old and his batteries are, you may not talk. Oh, there he goes.
Return to train you have?
Yes, I've returned to train. He asked me.
The way of the lightsaber.
I love that.
I will teach
you. The way of the lightsaber. Okay.
Well, listen, in honor of today's marketing doctorate level meeting, we will train you in the ways of the eXp force, and we will help you get out of this hellish way of spending $500,000, $15,000, $2,000 a month to generate leads when you can do it for free. As far as I'm concerned, that's like the Jedi of good lead generation. We're going to talk about that today, Susan. I'm excited. I know a lot of people said last week that they logged on and missed some of what we talked about. So guys, if you'll go to, and I know you've got a link to it, if you go to the Kelly Wheeler group on YouTube, I actually have all 57 minutes and 2 seconds of last week's meeting, which was just some great stuff on marketing. So when you have an hour to blow, go over there, look at the video. And then I know you're downloading it to your site. So there's many ways for people to get at some of the stuff we talked about last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I implemented some of it and got some leads. So that's good. So you really need to go and watch that because it's no BS. It's not stuff that you're going to hear and the people selling it aren't using it. We're not selling it, but we're using it and we're getting deals done. So that's what I love about this stuff.
And we're getting leads, and you know how much we pay for it, Kelly?
That's right. I didn't pay $1. And we're going to get into that in just a little bit because what I'm going to share with you guys, if you can hang with us, whether we're on this call, this video for 20 minutes or 57 minutes. Of course, you can always log off, but make sure you get the video recording because we're going to be dropping some stuff later. But what I love about it, Susan, is that, and what I'm going to share with people, and I'm going to actually have proof. I was able to generate right now, as of this morning, I was at 12. I'm at 19 free leads with email, with phone number, and several of them are talking to me. And I've got one lady, where's it at? I've got one lady that called me prior to this meeting, and there's her stuff. And she wants me to list her home and then she needs to buy another home before her dogs give birth. I swear to you, that's the conversation.
Whatever floats your boat, man. Right?
I've never sold a house to a woman and been pressured to find her another one because them dogs are about to blow up. But hey, I will take a deal anywhere I can get it.
So, Randy, I like free leads too, and I also have a Facebook group that I drop tips and tricks and little videos of the Facebook Lives that I do. I like to do Facebook Lives and events and teach new things. So this is my Facebook group. Join us and be a Zillow buster. I am passionate about helping real estate agents break the Zillow habit. Real estate agents and loan officers too. You know, I saw a great video from the National Real Estate Post. Do you subscribe to them, Kelly?
I'm on Inman only because they interviewed me and I felt a little egotistical because I was actually mentioned. So I bought it. I'm getting ready to dump them because I'm not really into them. But I try to stay away from a lot of those things because in my life, they just suck time out of me. But I'm always open for anything that's got value. How about that?
Well, the National Real Estate Post is free, and it's two loan officers, and I've been following them for years since the downturn, and they have this very dynamic website as well as videos that they do daily.
Okay.
They posted one, and it's on their YouTube channel, and it's all about a loan officer who was co-marketing with a real estate agent, and the lead got sent. She got the lead, and the lead got contacted and pre-approved for a mortgage from Zillow Mortgage. And this loan officer was co-marketing, and she contacted Zillow and said, "Look, you're taking his money. What do you mean you contacted him and asked for his?"
Wow.
Yeah. So look up the National Real Estate Post, Frank Garay and Brian Stevens.
Okay.
And look at this video. It's pretty serious things that they're saying about this, that about RESPA and things like that.
Yeah. You got to be careful.
When you're giving co-marketing money, you got to really be careful. I'm not saying that buying leads is bad, but when you're dealing with a machine that is trying to replace us in many, many ways, you know, the real estate agent or the loan officer, you really have to watch who you give your money to, who you empower to compete against you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, not only is it ethically wrong, but it might be just a little bit illegal. You know?
And you're going to see, listen, you'll see more and more of that as we go on because real estate's changing. And we're going to find out today as we talk about lead gen, what we do with lead gen is different than we did 5 years, even 2 years ago, right?
Absolutely.
So, I mean,
amen.
There's so many different
Yoda
things.
will say that. Yoda says that, you know, he's lead gen and different now.
I love it. Yeah, Yoda says don't commingle marketing. Couple things. Today we're going to talk about, Susan, and I'm going to just dive right into this.
Okay.
We're going to talk about, and you'll see me pop my glasses on and off, guys. I don't know, about 5 years ago, I started having to get these readers, and quite frankly, it sucks. But anyway, it is what it is. I want to talk about traditional lead generation. And this is the type of lead generation that we all hear about from coaches. Now, please hear me. I'm not saying coaches are wrong, but there are a lot of coaches out there that sell programs. And with real estate agents, I found that we are all collectively shiny object syndrome chasers. And let me tell you what I mean by that. We all are on Facebook, and quite frankly, I'm included. We spend too much time on Facebook instead of out trying to chase the deal. And invariably, something will come across our feed, and it'll say, "Hey, buy this $49.99 a month thing, and you pay 12 months up front for 10% off, and it guarantees to get you blah 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 blah." Well, agents are like, "Oh God, I got to get this. I've done it." So what we have to do is we have to separate traditional real estate marketing from, and let me just be frank, the stuff that's actually working on the battlefield. There's a difference between somebody that goes to college and gets a 4-year degree for $125,000 and then gets out and can't find a job, but he's book smart, than the guy that's out there actually on the field learning how to do swimming pool construction or plumbing or electrical work or journeyman. And then he gets a job within a year of, $65,000, $70,000 a year with no college funds that he has to pay off that college loan. That's battlefield, what I call battlefield marketing. There's nothing wrong with going to college. Don't get me wrong. I did 4 years. What I'm trying to say is in today's economy, leads are getting expensive if you buy them. Can we be real, Susan?
Yes.
Leads are extremely expensive. Let me give you a breakdown. Traditional lead versus what I call laser targeted lead marketing or lead generation. Here's the differences. Google pay-per-click. If those of you that haven't used Google, not a bad company. You can generate leads, but you're going to spend between $3 and $15 a lead. Okay. 100 leads, you do the math. It's a lot of money, right? The Facebook, I use Facebook a lot. Facebook right now, anywhere from $1 to $6 a lead on Facebook, depending on who's doing your campaigns. Facebook a year and a half ago was easy. You could go do a Facebook lead page ad for $1 and you get their name, their email, and everything, right? It's gotten a little bit more difficult. Now that lead's costing $3, $4, $5, $6, $7 a lead in today's economy because Facebook is realizing real estate agents are cool with spending money. Then you've got Red X or Vulcan. For those of you that don't know what those are just aggregates that will deliver to your mailbox or on their CRM, expireds, for sale by owner leads, geographical farming. They'll give you probate leads and you pay them. Now, some of these like Red X and Vulcan can be $200 to $300 a month, right? Then you've got companies like Zillow. Now let's park there for a minute. Yeah. Just had Zillow call me last week. They are pressuring me to become a premier agent. And I'm not going to do it. In my area, there are 3 zip codes. The cheapest zip code is $89 per lead.
$89 a lead?
89. And the zip code that I live in is over $100 a lead, Susan. And there are people on there right now that have 60 and 70% of the leads coming. They're spending $6,000 a month. Now, I'm not saying that that's wrong. I know agents making a killing on Zillow, but if you're contemplating, and you know what, this might be for you if you're watching this, and you can kick off right now because this is a revelation. If you're contemplating Zillow and you have no follow-up, you have no drip campaign, and you don't know the necessity of calling that lead in the first 5 to 10 minutes max, do not waste any money on Zillow because that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a waste.
Yeah, it's a waste of money.
Zillow leads are not, real estate agents, we think if we go to Zillow, this is going to be a ready to buy lead. They're going to call me. I'm going to call them. They're going to be like, where have you been all my life? Oh my God, come list my house right now. Well, let's just pop that fantasy bubble. That's really not what these are going to be. Leads that you might every once in a while get one that wants you to come over, but more than likely you're going to be dripping to them. You're going to be communicating and bringing value to them. This is a long-term nurture, right? $100 a lead, guys. 10 leads, you do the math. $1,000 to get 10 leads. All right, and if you do that for 6 months, that's $6,000 for 60 leads. You better be converting quite a bit of those to really see a good return on investment. If you're running lead gen, you need to aim for between $7 and $10 return for every dollar you spend. So if you're not doing proper lead generation where you're making $7 at least for every dollar you spend, it's really not the best way for you to go. All right. Next door. I'm actually on one of the zip codes here locally. It's like $49 a month. I've already gotten a lead from them. I'll probably stay with them for another month or two. I'm just trying them out. I know other realtors, especially on Workplace, are having success with Nextdoor. So I'm there. One of the zip codes in my area can be up to $190 a month. So again, another one of those shiny object things. Then you've got your sphere of influence. This takes time. If you're a new agent coming in and you don't really have a whole lot of family and friends that know what you're doing, that sphere of influence can take you years to build up. I'm talking about the natural organic sphere. So those are some of the options that real estate agents have right now that are expensive. How about options that aren't expensive that work? Is that something everybody wants to hear about?
Yes.
How about doing something that's totally different than what your competition's doing, that sets you apart and doesn't kill the pocketbook? I'm all about that. Listen, for years, I was the the VP of marketing sales for a local real estate company, sold millions of dollars in real estate. Unfortunately, I did not join the board. Everything was run through the broker's name. As a real estate agent, I wasn't part of it. So I don't have record of that. But here's what I do know. It was fun selling those millions of dollars of real estate, but that broker paid a lot of money for lead gen. When I came out of that company at the end of last year, I was suddenly faced with the fact that I knew how to do all of this, but now I had to pay for it. So I could have gone the expensive route, or I could have hunkered down and started practicing what I'm preaching. And so what I want to share today, and one of the things I want to share, I'm getting ready to get into, I've tested it for the last 24 hours. And let me tell you, it's one of the hottest lead generation sources I have ever done. And people talk about it on Facebook all the time. But I have the proof. This morning, I printed a list. I don't know if you can see this. Here's the list. Right there, as of 10 o'clock this morning, in 24 hours, I generated 13 leads with name, email address, phone number, and the source that the lead found me, the page that I'm using. So I had not only what they were looking at, but I had all their contact information, right? As of 2:45, I'm now up to 19 free leads. One of those leads, I think I told you, is right here. This is a lady off of one of these 19 that wants me to call her back. I told her about this meeting, so I'd have to wait, but we talked a little bit. I'm going to be calling her back to list her home and find her another home so that her dog business has a place to go. All of that off of free leads. So before we get into that, let's talk about the difference between laser targeted lead generation and what I call helter skelter. Helter skelter is where you go onto Facebook and you just simply say, hey, I'm an agent. Does anybody want to deal with me? And then you just wait, right? Helter skelter is where you go and door knock. Anybody ever done that? 22 people watching. Leave us some comments here. Has anybody ever door knocked? What about cold calling? Susan, I know you as a former Keller Williams trainer. Have you ever cold called?
Oh, yeah.
Don't like it. I don't like
it at all. Let
me ask you this. If you're an agent, answer this question honestly. Do you like to get phone calls?
I don't. I'm a screener.
I am too.
I have
and now my phone says spam.
I have 2 apps that screens out the spam.
I have the same one, the Robo one.
A Robo Killer, and I also have Umail too.
I love it.
I think I've got to get rid of. I got to get rid of one of my apps. You know, I mean, just like all of these different lead generation systems.
Correct.
You can buy apps for just about anything, you know,
Correct.
And spend money on all that.
Correct. Yeah. So question
Patricia says she door knocks. Patricia, can you tell us? Do you have a lot of success with that? And Molly Burr, she door knocks and cold calls. So are you guys having any successes from that? I do know I've heard of people that had great success from that.
There's nothing wrong with it, but if there was a better way, would you want to do it? That's the only question absolutely. I have. I'm not banging on door knocking. I personally won't do it. I'm just not going to do it. I got door knocked, believe it or not, 3 weeks ago. My wife and I are watching American Idol at 8 o'clock at night. It just came out. American Idol, not American Idol, The Voice. I'm sorry, The Voice. We're watching The Voice, and I get at my door. It's 8 o'clock at night. I go to the door, and it's a KW agent.
Wow.
Letting me know that they have a listing they're getting ready to take, and here's some information and how I thought about listing my home. And I didn't come across as an agent to them, and I just said, I appreciate it. Thank you. No, not interested at this point. And I left. I got to tell you, I'm an agent, so I know what all of that's about. But I was a little offended at 8 o'clock at night, knocking on my door. I've had people knocking on my door Saturday morning, 9 o'clock in the morning. These are not I don't want them coming to me. When I go to a store, when I go to get a car, Susan, or go look at cars, I don't want that salesman following me around, right? I want to go and look. In today's day and economy, people are really kind of oblivious to salespeople and, us following them around or employing these tactics. So my philosophy is, why not do something differently? Do something in a way that's going to generate probably a greater return on your work for a lot less. It costs money to get in your car to go drive to a neighborhood. It costs money to print flyers to put on doors. And it's also an emotional toil. Now, those of you that are door knocking, don't hear me wrong. If it's working for you, have that as one of the pillars of your business, if you will. But let's go ahead and jump into some stuff that that I'm doing right now. And if you do it, you'll be able to see. Now, I told a young man before this call, if you'll do what I'm going to tell you right now, you start doing these things tonight, by tomorrow, you're going to have now leads to start talking to. Is everybody listening to here? Could you handle 5 to 10 leads tomorrow that you can talk to?
Hey, I can handle 5 to 10 leads that I can talk to.
So the question is,
says, you know, she's called, she's got Zilch, she's had one lead from door knocking. Patricia says she prefers door knocking to cold calling most of the time, but she's not getting no real leads.
All right, well, Patricia, hold on. We're going to change that.
Joy and Monica both are saying that they need a better way. And it gets extremely hot out there, Monica says. So yeah.
Awesome. So let's do this. Door knocking and cold calling, you're engaging a prospective client or a family in a way they don't want to be engaged. Susan, people do not like that invasion of privacy.
No.
And as a matter of fact, if we were honest, half of the phone numbers that we call, we shouldn't be calling legally because it might be a DNC. And I know a lot of agents that robocall, and it gives us a bad name. So this is when I talk to agents about, gearing up their business for success, the first thing I say is, let's be ethical. There's nothing wrong with being aggressive as a sales agent and wanting to go out there and just absolutely dominate your market, but do it in an ethical way where your name precedes you. We were talking about that earlier. In order for people to see value in your propositions, they've got to feel comfortable that you're ethical, that you're good for them, that it's not about you, it's more about them than you. So those are some of the principles and philosophies that I like to teach on. But at the end of the day, I'll be honest with you, I like people actually scheduling phone calls with me, and that's happened today, than me having to go after them. And guys, with today's technology, we can do it. So hold on. And let's get started. 3 questions that you have to ask yourself. And I wrote these down before today's meeting. How do you now generate leads? Well, some of you have already shared that with us, Susan. They talked about door knocking, calling, cold calling. So you ask yourself, how are you generating leads? And do you like what you're currently doing? What do you use that is currently working for you? And then the third question, when you're going about formulating a listing generation strategy, do you have a follow-up plan? How do you follow up? Because there's no purpose or reason to generate leads if you're not following up. I heard a coach say this one time. We don't have a lead generation problem. We have a follow-up problem. Okay? Mm-hmm. So, if it takes you 60 leads to close a deal, well, then right there, if you want 4 deals, that's 240 leads a month that you need. But if you're getting 240 leads and not getting 1 deal, your problem isn't that you need to go and spend more money to generate 1,000 leads. The problem is you need to stop and redirect your energies on the ones that you're getting. So that's the first thing. Guys, I can talk about and share with you today on how you can get 25 leads between now and Friday. But if you're not going to know how to call and talk to these people, or you don't have a strategy, then it's useless. So let's dive into it, and let me share with you guys what I'm doing. And today, I could go 500 different ways on this thing, but I want to share just this one thing that's helped me, because we can do this in further weeks, talk about different systems, but let's talk about one. And I did something really cool. So guys, if you're listening to me, I want you to take a second. If you don't have it, I want you to grab a pencil and write something down, because I've done something that's actually within the software that's going to give you something that it'll make sense to you as I'm talking about it. I created a text to call code for everybody. Don't do it now. Write this down, and after this webinar or video, go ahead and do this. Text the number 15972 to the phone number 704 900 2543. I'll repeat that. Text the code 15972 to this number, 704 900 2543. Now, why did I give you that? When you text it, it's going to send you a text message with a link to a URL of what I'm currently using to generate all these leads. Now, I believe they have a 14-day free sign up. What you do with it beyond that's up to you. I'm getting ready to list a home. I went ahead and did the $99 a month thing. because I saw the value in their text too, and I saw the value in their training on how I posted these articles to get the leads I've got. But I can cancel at any time. So you can do the 14-day free trial. I opted not to, but here's the deal. I'm going to make this lady's house is $265,000. She's looking for something under 200. So I'm going to do almost a $500,000 deal off a $99 piece of software. I'll do those numbers all day long.
Yeah.
The leads are free, but the software is not. So you have to pick and choose your battles. So here's what we're going to do. I want to share with you how I did this. And you're going to have to, when you get this URL, kind of look at their videos, go on YouTube, go to Facebook, and they've got more information. But basically, Susan, what this software did, in KV Core, we have our text to call feature.
Yes.
Okay. So those of you that are watching, just simply put a yes in the comments that you understand when I say the text to call or the smart number. You know what what I'm talking about. Does everybody know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. And I've used text to, I like it that you're using somebody else, is this pipelinedatabase.com?
Yep.
Or?
Yep. It's Pipeline Pro.
Pipeline Pro. Yeah.
Pipeline Pro. And again, it's not a yearly contract. You can go month to month. If you get into it and this isn't for you, kick out. There is a 14-day free trial. So, do what you want with it, guys. I don't care. I'm just telling you, it's a way that I generated almost 20 leads. Matter of fact, while we were talking, I got another lead that came in. So the leads that I'm generating are free, but the software that gave me the tools to do it is costing me a small penny. It's very inexpensive. But anyway, here's how it works. I am not a big proponent of Craigslist in terms of utilizing them for advertising. I think of Craigslist as more bottom of the barrel, a lot of scams going on. So I've shied away from using Craigslist. Yeah. This software, though, allows me to utilize Craigslist in conjunction with Facebook Marketplace. Now I'm going to go somewhere, so y'all hang on with me. With the KV Core Smart Number, and Susan, you've probably fielded a lot of these questions. A lot of people are not utilizing it as the way it's supposed to. And some people are concerned that when they use that for marketing purposes, sometimes those leads go elsewhere. Have you heard those comments?
Mm-hmm.
So what I wanted to do is I wanted to try something out that was something I could set up personally. It went to nobody. It was my own number, but it allowed me to create really unique codes, right? And so what I did is I took this software and it combined it with KV Core. So those of you that have KV Core, when you go into, and let me get off the screen real quick. I think you go into the part that allows you to look at listings. You following me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you go to listings. Okay. Mm-hmm. Go to whatever city that you want. Pull up a list of homes between, say, 150 and 250. Once that list populates, all the way to the right, you've got the dots. When you click them, it brings up a whole line of things that you can do. You can post a link to Facebook. You following me?
Mm-hmm.
You can post it automatically to Craigslist. Are you following me on that?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So
you can just click on those links. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So and I'm going to actually, here's the kicker for those of you that are watching, and I'll give it to you, Susan, and it'll be on my YouTube channel. I'm actually going to go in later today and create about a 10-minute video that shows you how to utilize Craigslist with this software and Marketplace, how to actually post them and be done with it, right? So if you do happen to utilize this software, you can literally watch my video within 10 minutes and you can start setting up your first campaigns. So here's the deal.
Yeah.
With our KV Core, you go over and hit those three dots, you bring it down, it says post to Craigslist. Our software on conversion is freaking phenomenal. It does it automatically. It not only posts the content, it posts the price, the bedrooms, it posts all the pictures, right? Mm-hmm. And then all you have to do once you hit it within a couple seconds is go over to Craigslist and hit submit or publish, and you're on there, right? So what I do is I actually go ahead and pick a home that I want to spotlight. By the way, I always give credit to the listing agent at the bottom. I called Florida's, what do you call it? The legal hotline for Florida for NAR. And they told me that you can do that as an agent. You can actually post other people's listings, but you got to give them credit for it. So I'll put on their listing agent is, Sam Smith.
Is that
but anyway,
okay with your broker as well?
yeah, you can do that here. So what happens then at that point is once it populates over here, you take the comment section in Craigslist where KV Core has already populated the HTML code. Just get rid of that. This software creates unique code to put in there, but the conversion rate is over 62%. It allows, and it tells you what to say. You'll see every realtor does the same thing. 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, fantastic home. You need to see this home, location. Well, what we need to do something different, because at the end of the day, we want somebody's attention to grab onto that listing. So I've got one right now that has the most friggin' gorgeous listing. So I said, check out these floors. You could dance on them. I have had more feedback on that by just changing it. And most agents will put on their the very first picture, which is usually the one from the road. This one wants you to do something different. Find a picture on the house that's not from the road. Populates, it's the only one that looks like that. So do it from the backyard if there's a swimming pool, or if there's a drone video coming at the home. Do something different so yours stands out. Inside of the HTML code that this software gives you is a text-to-call number generated automatically. Mm-hmm. There is a website that actually captures their information like that. Mm-hmm. And there's an 800 number that you get that's attached to your code. So your website, or if they text a call, or if they go to the 800 number, you instantly capture. It doesn't even give them a choice. They are based on the phone registration. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You following me? So they don't have, if they do the text to call automatically, and let me tell you what I'm doing. Once I get the lead, I call them. Boom. I just call them right away. And I say it doesn't last any more than with them. And I'm working right now with 5 people at this point, 5 people that I'm working with right now since 2 days ago, a list and a buy off of this simple tactic. Now, once you have the Craigslist thing out of the way, and it takes you about 5 minutes to do the Craigslist computer, I have 2 screens. So on their software, I then go into my Facebook marketplace, right? And let me pull up 1 second. And this is where I'm actually getting more attention on Facebook marketplace. So the very first posting, it says floors on this home. And then I've taken the code that Pipeline Pro gave me that has all of the capture software directly into Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace tells me how many people are watching it. Here's the kicker. It integrates Messenger.
Oh, yes.
Now, I'm getting, right now I'm at 20 leads. I'm getting between 7 and 10 comments per day off of 2 listings that I've advertised. Yeah. Now, when I go wide with this, if I decide to do 5 to 6 of these, you do the math. I can't afford that much business right now as a single agent. So that's when I have a team built up. I can say, hey, I've got some leads. See, now talk about agent attraction. If you've got local agents that are struggling, and we were talking about this earlier, if you get into this and you start generating these leads, what do you think they're going to say when you say to them, hey, I've got 4 leads I need you to go ahead and reach out to? Boom. Nobody's doing that.
Yeah. Who's doing that? Who's giving them, value and helping them build a business, and showing them how to do it. Giving them yes, Norma, it is being recorded. Monica, if you text that text code to that phone number, you're going to get a link to the software that he's talking about. It's called Pipeline Pro. And I'd heard about it before too. I tell you what, this afternoon, I'm going to sign up, look at it, and get a 2-week trial at least. Why not? Why not get a 2-week trial? Try it out for 2 weeks and see if it works. I've tried out a lot more expensive stuff, and it gives me a deal, right now. We need some right now money, don't we? We need some right now money. So, wow,
So-
that is some great stuff right there, Kelly. Thank you so much.
I don't want to park just on that, Susan. That is one type of that you can go out and start generating. And guys, I'm telling you right now, if you're not on Facebook Marketplace, I was never a Facebook Marketplace guy. Ads, where you paid to get buyers or you paid, you use Facebook's advertising platform. When I discovered the Marketplace, and I know Enrique are using this, my brother down in Miami, when I discovered Marketplace, and it's not even really going on the Marketplace and putting a listing in there or something you want to spotlight. You've got to be able to do it in a way that makes you stand out. And you do that through how you title it. You don't put, 3-bedroom, 2-bath home with a great location. Put something in there that's like an attention grabber.
I
Hey,
put
how
little
would you like
emojis
to?
in my titles.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I always, guys, you need to be putting emojis on your emails. If you send a buyer lead or a seller lead in the subject line, always put emojis. I always do that because when they look at it on their Gmail, it pops right when it's interesting. Just a little trick, right? Just a little trick, Susan.
Just a little
the other thing I wanted to share, because this is free lead generation. What I just shared with you guys, and go back through this once we put this online. Go back through this and listen to it again. Take a look at the Pipeline Pro. It might not, but if it is, this is definitely something you want to take a look at because, like I said, 20 leads coming in. I didn't pay a dime for the lead. I got this. I can cancel whenever I want, but I didn't pay a dime for these leads. So if you think about it, 20 right now, if I wanted to, I could probably generate 200-300. Like that by $99 a month, and there's your lead per cost acquisition. If I just close this one lady, get her home sold, and get her bought, I've paid for about 5 years of this stupid thing. That's how I look at it. But I'm all about that's free lead generation, but I'm all about getting my message out to people that doesn't cost anything but a letter and postage. Okay?
Yeah.
Postage in my office. So let's talk about, touched on it last week, Susan, but this is a hidden gem. And this is why I asked everybody earlier. Go ahead.
Are you talking about Thanks.io, my current obsession?
No, but we can talk about that. Why don't you go ahead and share about that, and then I'm going to share about my current.
Okay, Thanks.io.
Tell everybody about Thanks.io.
I met this a loan officer today. And the campaign that I'm starting with Thanks.io is targeting rental communities. And in our area, rent is probably for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, is anywhere from $2,200 to $2,500 a month. So you send them those. You send them a rent versus buy, so I needed a loan officer that I could sit down with and set appointments that was local, that could come and meet me somewhere, or I could meet in her office or whatever. Met with her today. I sent out 150 postcards, 49 cents a piece, just a couple of clicks. And guess where I got the list of addresses?
Where'd you get them?
.io. I drew a map around the community on the software, and it gave me the addresses. Now, another thing about Thanks.io, those leads that we get from seller squeeze pages, and they write in their address, and then when they find out that they have to put their email address in there, they back out. But we get the lead anyway, right?
Yep.
They send it to us. Well, in steps Thanks.io, right? So I have an image uploaded in there. I type in their address, then I click on it, and it takes me to fast safe search or something like that. Gives me the owner's name. Sometimes it gives me their cell phone number, and sometimes it gives me their email address. So guess what? And let me just say, I hadn't spent a dime yet. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm building my mailing list, and I'm qualifying the lead more with Thanks.io. All you have to do is just type it into the mailing list and then click on it once I've saved it, and it takes me to a search feature that gives me their email address and their cell phone number. Boom.
Correct.
Then I
But here's
send
the
them a
kicker.
postcard, 49 cents a piece. 49
Actually,
cents
no.
a piece.
39 cents.
Huh? Well,
39
that's if you
cents a
pay
piece.
$90. I chose to pay $49 a month. They've got a promotion
Perfect.
going on,
That's awesome.
50% off. And I think I could put my affiliate link. What am I doing
Can I
here?
just
What
tell
am
you,
I doing
49
here?
cents.
Huh?
49 cents for a postcard, including postage. Imagine sell by owners. And Susan, check this out. Since you can design the postcard, check this out. So, agent, let's suppose that you are a for sale by owner. Now, follow me on this. Let's say that you got a postcard, and the front of the postcard was a picture of your house with using Canva.com. You impose a sold a sign, which is their home. And on the back of it, you give them your message. How would you like this to be a reality? Let me share with you my for sale by owner program. And you give them a link to a video. Watch me how I sell more for sale by owners than anybody else. That's your postcard.
Yeah.
Do you think that with their home being on the front, they're going to turn it around and look at it?
Right. And you can get that off of where? Google Maps.
Google Maps? You can get it off Zillow?
Yeah. You can get it off Zillow and just upload it up in there. You know, you can create these things as easily as just uploading it into presentation in Google and building it there. You don't have to spend a dime. Okay.
That's correct.
And you can impose other images in there and everything, text, whatever you want to, then download it as an image, upload it into thanks.io. And I'm telling you, it really is a very great. I'm just amazed. I'm amazed at the and I can't find my affiliate link. What the?
Just post it on here later. They're going to rewatch the video. They'll get it later.
All right.
I'm getting people that say they tried that phone number and text to number I gave. Guys, just so you know, I went in while Susan was talking to my Google Voice, which allows me to text. I was able to do it. It comes, it might be not.
Yeah, mine did too. So I'm not sure.
So
but
try it again.
Don did post the link, PipelinePro.com. So I'll find the link too for the other. I think I'm going to do a video on that strategy that I showed you. I'll do a little screencastify video and on the steps on how to qualify the leads even further with KV Core. So let me ask you something with Pipeline Pro tools. Did you say that you have been able to integrate that with KV Core and it funnels the leads straight into your KV Core account? Dude, it is on like Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong.
I take these leads and I can press CSV format. I can upload those to a campaign that I've got set up right now in KV Core for buyers. I have this with sellers and expireds that expired in the last 3 days. They get a 10-day like a blast from the old expired leads. They're going directly into KV Core. But remember, I'm going to talk to them first. I'm going to go ahead and start that process. I'm not going to rely just because to me, this is not a cold call. These are people that have reached out to me now. So to me, that's more of a warm call. They're expecting it. But that's why I share that was Pipeline Pro. Now, guys, that's literally 20. I'm up to 20, now 21. Another one just came through. 21 leads utilizing Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and you don't have to use Craigslist for this. I think the majority of it
from Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace?
Both.
Both?
I use both, but I'm getting the majority of my leads through Facebook Marketplace, which is great. So that's one of those scenarios. I'm going to upload. I'm gonna share with you this next thing that's free. I don't know if you can tell right over here. I bought a brand new printer.
I see that. I see that. I saw the link for it. I'm eyeing it myself.
Go get you some of these bad boys. You see them?
Woo! Yes, sir.
Okay. Go get you some stamps. I told you earlier. Now you don't. My Plus Leads. I use a company called My Plus Leads. Cost me $40 a month. They deliver me Fizbos and expireds with phone numbers with address, cell address, and if these people are living at the home or living somewhere else. So it's everything that I need. So what I do is I start with sending them a letter. Now for Fizbo, Jesus is my witness. If you will do this in the next 30 days, everybody, all 24 of you that are on this, all 24 of you, if you will do this strategy, I promise you, if you do it the way I'm going to tell you to do it, you're going to get a listing. Right now, that 89% of all for sale by owners will list with an agent. Susan, when do they list with an agent?
They list with an agent.
At what point do they finally list with an agent?
When they finally start talking to one. When
they're absolutely frustrated that show up, that they're getting lowballed and they're getting 500 phone calls from agents. So here's what happens. At Fizbo Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, and a KW agent, I'm picking on KW, any franchise agent, any agent, calls them at 10 o'clock on, like, you know what? We're done with this for sale crap. Come on over, list my home and sell it. That agent goes over there, lists the home, and now he's got a listing. Why not be that agent, waiting until they're frustrated, develop a now relationship when they're okay with selling for sale by owner? Now, let me do this quickly because I don't want to bog down with time here. Here's a sample letter I send to a Fizbo. Now, for a Fizbo, it's all about relationship. If I can get in there and show them value, when they're ready to list, who are they going to pick? Probably the agent that gave them some things that just made sense. Hello, Mr. Fizbo. My name is Kelly Wheeler, and while I'm a local realtor, I'm not writing you to ask or pressure you to let me list your home. I actually have a different approach, and would you let me help you in marketing the home without ever listing with me? Woo! Let me explain. I work with current buyers now and have a monthly marketing budget to find work with me. I would love to include your home on my list of available properties for sale that I'm marketing. I use that list of homes to match up to the buyers I work with. There is that any home I market has a buyer's agent commission. It's that simple. If that's agreeable to you, Mr. Fizbo, I don't put Mr. Fizbo. Y'all know what I'm saying. I want to come over to your home and do a couple outside aerial drone pictures for you. Guys, do you see this? Do you know what that is?
Drone.
That's a 4K video with picture taking ability drone. Bought one last November, and I use it on all my listings. I don't go up 500 feet, but enough to give me shots of the home. I don't want to pay somebody $200 to do it. I do it myself. But here's what I'm telling the Fizbo. And by the way, that same drone I paid all that money for, you can get on eBay for $8. Cheap. Take you 1 hour to figure out how to use it, and you run that drone off your smartphone. Right? So I want to come over to your home and do real drone pictures of your property, Mr. Fizbo. These pictures will be high grade and help me market your property at a very high level. I will email you the pictures. And guys, I'm trying to find absolutely ugly pictures on Zillow. Those are the ones I want to really impress. I'm going to come out and give you some pretty pictures. I will email you the pictures I take with my drone for free. You can upload them to your Zillow listing. If you do not have a website for your home, and I'm not going to tell you how I do this right now. This will be something I'm going to do a video on and send you, but this is something you can do right now, even if you did it through KV Core. When I see you, if you don't have a website, I'll go ahead and create one for you for free. I do that in about 5 minutes, Susan. I'll create a property with minutes. You can use this website on social media and put a web link on your Zillow posting. When we meet, I will bring proof I have buyers looking to buy 5 miles of your home. As a way of saying thank you, I will leave the first list of 15 buyers ready to buy with you, and you can contact them at your leisure. Did you get that? Mr. Fizbo, when I come to see you, I'm going to hand you 15 pieces of paper with buyers home that live within 5 miles of your house just to show you that I'm for real, and I'll leave those with you. If you don't do any business with me, you're welcome to contact these buyers. Also give you a free text to call number that you can put on your for sale sign or use on social media. Here's a sample of the tool I'm providing, and then I give them a code and a phone number and a message to them. Why am I doing this, Mr. Fizbo? See, a lot of you right now are probably going, oh my God, that's just a lot. A $450,000 listing for 1 hour's worth of work. I'm doing it all day long. And can I tell you, none of your competition is doing what I'm telling you right now. None of them. They're all calling the Fizbo, and they're all saying the same thing. Why am I doing this, Mr. Fizbo? It's simple.
If I find a buyer for your home, I get paid. You decide at some point in the future to list your home with a local realtor and you trust me because of what I'm offering, I would hope to get an interview for the job. When I list a home, tools that I'm giving you and a host of others on hyper speed to get the homes that I represent sold and sold quickly. And the obvious question I have for you is, what are you doing when you sell your Fizbo? I would be honored to represent you as a buyer's agent. What I do for my buyers is amazing. And I'd love to share with you. I would love to share that information with you. I developed this program to give you some of the same tools I use in my business. Along the way, I will get to sell some homes, list some homes, and get referrals from people like you. My approach is bringing rather crazy value to both sellers and buyers in this real estate process. If you want to see me go over some of what I do, feel free to watch my video. I do not ask you to leave info to watch it. Here it is, www.site.com. It's my site that I built. I look forward to shaking your hand. Blue skies, Kelly Wheeler. So I'll upload that letter in just a little bit on Facebook Marketplace, on the my group. Most of you probably know if you're in a group. I'm going to upload that letter today that you can take and edit however you want. I'll also do some of what I do. I'm not doing that on this video because it just takes too long. But guys, I sent a rabbit jumped out my window. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, I will share this with you guys on Workplace. But if you will take this letter and start getting something out by owners where you're giving them value, I can tell you right now, you're going to get between 1 to 2 for sell by owners, and you're not cold calling them. You're not sending some crazy generic postcard, which I love postcards, but everybody else is doing that to try to get the listing. You're basically saying, I'm the agent that's different. Some things. And guys, I'm telling you right now, I picked up 2 Fizbos. I've got a Fizbo I'm listing next week. I've got a Fizbo I listed last week. I've got 2 up in 3 weeks off of my letters. Back to what I said about 50 minutes ago, and I'm almost done. If you're looking for avenues on how to generate business start getting letters to these expireds and Fizbos, and don't